Aquarius, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your monthly shift reading for the month of March. So for these readings, we are looking at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into in the month of March. What's your shape shift? What's this shift for you this month? And then we will look at what that shift looks and feels like. So Aquarius, for this month's shift reading, we are using the Wildwood Tarot. And before I get into cards, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the meditation that came through for you. Kind of interesting. I saw the light switch being turned off and on. It was like you're sitting in the dark. You're like, I don't want to sit in the dark anymore. So you turn the light switch on. And it's like, I don't want to see what's in here. So you turn it off. And you turn it on, and you turn it off, and you turn it on, and you turn it off. And it's almost like a kid messing with you, you know, turning a light switch on and off. And I could almost like hear the parent being like, will you stop doing that? It's so disorienting. And that was the thing. It was like, I got this energy of like wavering back and forth between like, well, I don't really want to sit in the darkness. So I turn on the light, but then once I turn on the light, I don't really want to see what's here. So turn it back off. And it's this back and forth that leads to this process of disorientation. And the shifting of the light for me has something to do with maybe clarity or like truth, like different ways of sitting with the truth. You know, there's a way of sitting with the truth that involves like a very internal space of sitting in the darkness, in that like unseen space, but a felt space where the imagination and the felt experience without sight is the predominant ways of exploring. And then there's that juxtaposed with the difference of turning on the light and exploring visually your perception of reality. Both lead to different forms of clarity and different forms of truth. But there's something about this like childlike, almost like petulant kid energy. And then a parent voice being like, stop it. I don't know what that's about. I have a feeling you will, or at least as the month goes on, that may become illuminated for you. So I've pre-pulled the two main cards, the shape you're shifting out of and the shape you're shifting into, and then we'll pull cards together for what that journey looks like. But here's your shape shift. Really interesting. I love it. The shape you're shifting out of, dear Aquarius, is the Hermit, which in the Wildwood Tarot is the hooded man. The shape you're shifting into is Fox energy. Knight of Bows or Knight of Wands. So what's interesting about this for me is I feel like I keep pulling, pardon me, keep pulling the Hermit for you, Aquarius, on this channel. Whatever folks I'm keying into here, I've been pulling the Hermit for you for a few months now of like this energy of like, I just need to get by myself. I just need to get by myself. I'm trying to get to some sort of root of an issue, or I'm trying to get some clarity, and I need some space from the world in order to do that, which is very much the Hermit energy, this like internal solo seeker. And it's really interesting here. We have the Hermit in the darkness of the cloak, and yet the illumination of the lantern, which is sort of playing on the image that I saw in meditation, which is so interesting to me because I'm like, the lantern illuminates the situation, but the cloak obscures the light of a situation and does like a different type of illumination. So it's like both are present here within the Hermit journey. And the Hermit is talking to the Wren. The Wren is energy of a watcher. The one who watches and waits, who sits on the fence. And that's the energy I feel of the wavering between the two. It's like, there's an energy of not moving out of this. In the meditation I saw, it's like you weren't leaving this room. You were just like playing with different ways of seeing in that room, but you're not leaving the room. And then the shape you're shifting into, though, you're shifting out of this space that I just described. And it seems like in March, you're being invited to shift into a more external exploration of whatever it is that you've found in that internal space. Because the fox, the Knight of Wands, that is fire energy. That's energy of someone that's like, all right, I'm ready to explore my external circumstances and let my heart and my passions and my fire meaning like passion and emotion and excitement and drive, sex drive, ambitious drive, creative drive. Let all of that lead me forward. And the thing about this fox energy that I really like in this deck is how contented the fox looks. It's like the fox is a nomadic creature. You know, it follows its own nose. It follows the whims of where the day ends up taking it. You know, like there's not really necessarily a pre-plan with this energy. It's more just like exploratory, adventurous is the word I'm looking for. Adventuring out now and being willing to go, not only sit in the unknown, but being willing to explore the unknown physically, tangibly out in the world now. It's like it's time to come out of your cave. Or at least that's the energy that's here for you potentially, is to actually leave the cave, leave this slower internal pace for a faster, more adventurous way of exploring, more external way of exploring. And it's like you still have that, and it's like that is where you're going to find peace. And I also see that like carrying the internal peace of the Hermit with you out into I wanted to say the wild blue yonder, which is also an energy that's been coming through for you on the channel too, of like having this sort of I think your most recent small story was about like having the spirit of a vagabond, you know, the spirit of like this adventurous explorer that's ready to fly by the seat of their pants and just figure it out as you go. That's the energy of the fox for me. Very autonomous. Both are solo energies to me in this deck. Free spirit. Free spirit. Okay. Let's look at what that journey, that shift, looks and feels like for you in the month of March. Okay. 3 cards, please. What does the shapeshift look like for Aquarius here in the month of March? Okay. Weird. Oh my God. Pardon me, Aquarius. I'm just getting over some illness. Okay, hold on. I gotta see what order this goes in. Got it. Did you see why I laughed? The Wren. Okay. Page of Swords or Page of Arrows. The Wren. 10 of Swords, which in this deck is instruction. And then Shaman, which is the Magician. That is what this journey from Hermit to Fox looks like for you this month, Aquarius. So again, you're moving from this energy of like sitting on the fence. The Wren is sitting on the branch, watching and waiting, watching and waiting. That's the energy of the Page of Swords. I watch, I wait, I observe, I learn. I watch, I wait, I observe, I evaluate, I analyze. I wait and see It's wait and see energy. Look at this sweetness with the repeating animal imagery. It's like you're moving out of this energy of allowing yourself to be small. The wren is small, sort of not easily seen creature, but sees everything. You're taking that, and you've taken on that energy, I think, Aquarius, and now it's time to move out of that energy of like background observer. And it's time to learn a new skill set in order to take what you've learned out into the world in like physical, creative, sensual, maybe even sexual, or like ambitious, adventurous. I'm just naming a bunch of qualities of fire energy. Physical experience of that. So you've observed to figure out how you want to move forward, and now it's about learning. I think learning as you go. If you want to learn archery, for example, you can watch other people shoot the arrows. But there's only a certain amount of watching and like being on the sidelines that you can really do. And then you come to a point where it's like, okay, if I'm going to progress in this, if I'm going to actually learn this, I need to do it. I need to get a teacher. I need to get a mentor. I need to like jump in there and hold a bow. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing you doing here. Maybe you do, like, maybe this is literal. Maybe you're learning something new, or you get the necessary instruction or mentor that you need that's going to help teach you. It could be that you are also in a role of teaching others. I did feel a parent-child dynamic with the light switch going on and off. This could be a literal parent-child dynamic, or this could be talking about like a dynamic of archetypes within yourself. The child in you being like, lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off. And the adult in you being like, okay, stop. It's driving me nuts, you know? But here we see another like parent-child dynamic. Elder, youth dynamic. And then you become the magician, which is beautiful. It's like you've been watching and waiting and observing. You begin to try it on for size, you know? Try these skills in order to learn them. And then like it seems very quickly you're the magician. The magician is the one who has all the skills, all the tools at their disposal to do what they need to do, to make the magic that they want to make, to create the life that they want. And it seems to me then, Aquarius, once you realize you're the magician, it's time to set out. It's time to set sail. It's time to hit the road. That's the feeling. And put this into practice. You know? It's like you've been wanting to manifest this adventure, and it's been in this sort of like observe and gestate and inwardly seek mode. Then it goes to learning mode. You know, pick where you are on this timeline. Everybody's in a different place. But then it goes into learning and instruction mode. Then it goes into, I know what I'm doing and I'm ready to create what I want. And then it's like, you asked for this opportunity or this thing, and it's here. Take the adventure. Take the leap. Get on the boat. Leave the house. Leave the Hobbit house and get out into the world. Try it out. Don't be afraid. Okay, Aquarius, let's get you one of Brian Froud's fairies. What fairy is going to guide, pardon me, is going to guide Aquarius on this journey this month? Aquarius, by the way, this is only the first half of this reading. I'm going to take this into an extended where we're going to get some more details on what exactly it is that you've been watching and waiting and learning, and how you can best put those skills to use as you set off on this new adventure. And hopefully we'll get some clarity on what that new adventure is and what it's bringing you. So if that sounds like something that is interesting to you, stick around. There will be a preview of that extended at the end of this reading. And if it's resonating, click the link in the description below, and that will take you to Patreon. Patreon is a community that I have created for folks who have been following my work for some time and are resonating with my readings. If that's you, Aquarius, click the link in the description, head over to Patreon, read the full description that's over there. It'll tell you all about how to access this extended reading and how Patreon works. Okay, so maybe I'll see you over there. All right, let's get you some fairy guidance for this month of March. Fairy guidance for March for Aquarius, please. That was quick. Who have we got? Oh, sweet, sweet Aquarius. This is great. So auspicious. The fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Look at the delight. Look at the delight. This card talks about love in its many forms, but like being kissed by the pixies feels like luck is on your side. It also speaks to me of receiving love, allowing yourself to be kissed by the pixies, you know, like let yourself be loved up on. And it feels to me, Aquarius, like this is it's community. It's like you're going from this more isolated energy, and you seem to be stepping out into the world as Fox, where there's lots of sweet pixies that are ready to kiss you. You know, like there's lots of people or communities or just like adventures out in the world that are awaiting you. Not just one, you know, it's many. It's an abundance. It's sweetness. This card is so sweet. Such warmth and delight. Delighting in the joy of it all, and the warmth and the love. There's something about being kissed that feels just very sweet and blessed at the same time. Beautiful fairy guidance. Because you know, Aquarius, that's what Fox moves towards. If Fox is completely in charge of how it spends its days, it's going to spend its day doing what it wants. It's going to spend its day like finding joy, following its nose towards the good food, you know? And it's not all joy all the time. Obviously, the weather is bad, storms hit, you don't find the food you're hoping for, sure. But the motivation behind the adventure is I want to be kissed by the pixies. So I'm setting off to find them. That's the spirit. All right, Aquarius, my dear friend, maybe I will see you over on Patreon for the extended. But regardless, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for supporting this work. If you're enjoying what I'm offering, please do click the like button on this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it's resonating. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so we can stay connected. And Aquarius, I'll talk to you soon. This is very South Node. These like well-worn trenches of the things and the habits and the patterns that your soul has been doing for many, many lifetimes, many, many generations, many, you know, whatever that is for you. It's like breaking that generational energy, that soul, those soul cycles, through reincarnation, through incarnating into a different situation or a different energy, but you're doing it in this lifetime. You're giving birth to yourself and you're breaking that cycle. And that is the direction of growth, which is like growing up towards the north node. You stay in the south node cycles of erosion and you're just going to keep swimming in the same streams over and over and over and over. It's like, it's time to take the exit, to go off on a new road, a new adventure. And that is the direction of growth towards your north node.